Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a movie that is very fitting for this evening, and metaphors and allegories. If you have watched this channel for any length of time, you have probably picked up on the fact that I love symbolism. I love metaphors, things that are allegorical. I love being able to talk about one thing when I'm actually talking about something else. And I love the fact that y'all indulge me when I decide to do that. So, we will talk about the things I see in a movie called Dark Harvest. Now, this is a relatively new movie, and it's a scary movie. So if you are somebody who cares about spoilers and cares about the plot of scary movies, you might want to stream that first. I am sure it is on whatever your favorite streaming platform is, because there are definitely going to be spoilers in this. This is not a movie to watch with your kids, just to be clear. Okay, so the movie is set in this small, nondescript town. Kind of has a Kansas vibe to it. And it's the 1960s. And in this town, every year, the high school seniors, just the boys, not the girls, just the boys becoming men, they're called upon to do their duty. They have to fight for the town. They have to fight. There's the promise of monetary reward, being a hero, all of that stuff, but they don't have a choice. They have to fight. Some of them are eager to do so, at least until it starts, and then they realize that kind of thing's really scary. Some of them, they know they don't want to do it, because they know that each year, some of these young men don't make it. Some of them know they don't want to do it to a degree that they try to get away, get out of the jurisdiction. But they get brought back. And some of them even say, well, they can't make me do this. They can make me be there, but they can't make me fight. Sounds like they have some kind of objection to it. I don't know. And the guy who actually takes down the external threat, which is a monster from the fields, Sawtooth Jack. The guy that takes him down, well, he's a hero. He is a hero. They're lured to participate. Monetary reward, a nice car, and being able to see the world. But they don't have a choice in the 60s. I have no idea if it's the author's intent. Okay? Because I watched the movie just a couple days ago. I haven't read the book it's based on. But I couldn't help but see the draft in that. It's the only way I could see it. But that alone, I mean, that would be kind of a cheesy setup. I mean, using a movie to make that point, just that, I don't know that that's enough. Again, don't know what the author's intent is. But that's not where the story ends, though. It's not just, some kind of wild night where the boys are fighting a monster. There's a little bit more to it. See, the hero, the guy who actually takes down Sawtooth Jack, when he comes back to town, nobody wants to be around him because he's a monster. That could be a metaphor too, all by itself. But in this case, he is a literal monster. He is the literal monster. He comes back. The boy who takes down Sawtooth Jack becomes the Sawtooth Jack of the next year. The other thing you find out is that the town knows. The adults, they all know. They have a real clear picture. But there is that monetary reward. And they push their kids to do it, knowing that some of them won't come back and at least one of them is going to turn into a monster. And when you hear them talk about it, it's one of the real interesting things in the movie, because most movies in this genre, they really don't flesh stuff like this out. But you see the adults, particularly those that are, big in the community. You see them say stuff like, doing your duty. It's how it's always been. You have to do your responsibility. It's something you have to take care of. Have to protect the town. So on and so forth. Because if Jack makes it into town and he gets to the church, well, they have like 9 years of bad luck or something. Things just don't go well. So they concocted the scheme. The boys, they fight Jack. The winner, the guy who takes him down, well, the sheriff takes care of him, puts him in a hole. He never actually gets to see the world. In this case, that cyclical pattern of violence, where one thing feeds into the next, and then it comes back, and then it goes back around. In this case, that seed is literally planted. And there's no end. There is no end. Because in that situation, killing the monster just creates the need for another. It creates that cycle. Year after year, generation after generation, turning themselves into monsters over dirt. And there's no end. Because the kind of struggle that Sawtooth Jack and the town are locked in, they are committed to believing that the right kind of violence, or enough violence, is the solution. But it just creates the next generation, robs them of more of their most precious resource. More youth lost year after year, and nothing changes, because violence is not actually the solution to this issue. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.